Yes, hello, good afternoon. My name is Prince. Inside this short video cast, I want to explain the performance management appraisal system where the HR and admin departments they use. So we get two forms then so far. The first form is Form A, and the second one is Form B. Let me explain this. At the start of the year, all staff where they work for Parliament, they fill this first one, Form A. And then 6 months down the line, will they fill the second one, when a Form B. But this first one, when a Form A, you they fill this with your performance objective. Now inside that form, then you they tell your boss. Now inside there, you they tell Parliament. Now there you they tell the HR and admin department say, now some of them things they are so as a staff are they focus on from now to the end of the year based on the role in the department. Also, you they get the information for put inside Form A, where will be your performance objective. Now, two documents then. You get your departmental plan, where inside this document, and all departments get this. Inside these documents, now they you departments get all the work when they work for Parliament. Now they every department has this. And then you as a staff, you get your own job description. When are you role in your department? And then two documents then they use for come up with a performance objective where you put inside Form A. Yeah? Let me give you an example. This is Form A. Now the first form this we will fill. I explain this because if I'm not being gonna back now for explain Form B will be a little difficult, yeah? So now this we may not do before. We may put we name, we put we title, we put we department. We put with supervisor when you line manager, you put your grade. The review dates now the day where you fill this form and you boss approve and before you will submit, and that date's the 9th for the year. And the period where you fill this Form A4 now from January to December. Like I said, now the form this way they accommodate your performance for the whole year. Okay, so after you don't specify all the details them, yeah, you they can down. We've been specify what are our objectives then we want to focus on from January to December. We put them all there, and then we come up with indicators and where they show say will they actually perform based on them objectives already there. Each one forgets indicators and where they show say yes you they perform, and the timeline where you for complete the task the way they put there. Where they now this not the indicator the way they show say yes you're working on these objectives here, and the timeline when are you deadline then. So we may also put means of verification when are evidence for say anything we will put say what they do now, yeah, we forget evidence will link to that the way they show say yes we don't do it. So basically this was what we did, and then down here where we can we've been specify what's are the skill and the support where we need with the help of the line manager for let we able for pull off all the activities that we will put now. So okay, so even then so this is the Form A. Let me give you an example of what Form A is for me. My own Form A I've been filling this. I've been put my name, which is this. I've been put my title. This is my department. And this is my deputy director when I'm being my supervisor, my grade, and the date where I've been filled this up. And the period was January to December. And then I've been specify objectives then. This now be my objective. I put objective number 1. I've been get series of performance indicators that I put, and the deadline where I've been put say now against the timeline there. So and if I don't complete all things I put now based on this objective within there. So okay, these were my means of verification and so on. The thing that I've been say I want learn and they don't here. Then thing there with the help of my boss, and then I've been signed, my boss been signed, and then we were done. Yeah. So we all been do this when our Form A we be done this one. So 6 months down the line, we need for fill Form B. So now we can fill this Form B from January to June. Right now we don't pass that period. So which means we all don't do things, we don't provide support, we don't perform based on them objectives and we'll put inside here. So now we need to fill this one, yeah? So this is the Form B, sorry. Now the Form B this is similar to Form A. Insert get, so this is the mid-term review. All right, now in this. So just like before, you put your name, employee name, put your title, put your department, put your line manager, put your grade, put the date where you fill this form and the review period, which is January to June. Like I said, it's the first 6 months of the year. Yeah, Yana January, Yana June. Right. So you go back to Form A. The objectives and where you've been putting now Form A, where you say now this you want to work on, you begin to take them one by one. You bring them kanaya. Objective 1, you write kanaya. Objective 2, you write kanaya. Just like how you been writing inside Form A. Objective 3, you write kanaya. Objective 4, and so on. I like reach 5. If not 3, 4, it's okay. But you specify them all in this first section of the document. And then you go down to section 2. Now, so now you can specify progress on each of those objectives. Objective 1, where you just don't write, you write some back now. The only difference is you indicate progress with bullets under each objective. Progress under each one. You put progress. See? The reason why there is a big space between objective 1 and objective 2, as you see and so now, because now the hard copy will not get fulfilled. This is not going to be filled by you and a computer. With a printer, then give now, and then so you use pen for fill them up. So you need more space higher. And as I write on, and so they expand, but it's okay. So you can to objective 2, you write insert, and then you put the evidence of progress. Sorry, you write you specify the progress under each one. Waiting you don't do so far for succeed for that objective day, based on the way how you been writing inside Form A. Yeah. So basically, that's what this form is about. So this one now just progress. Form B. This one Form B now just progress. Okay. After you don't fill all this you can now you begin specify the first part. You put all the objective. It's here. This form B, must be completed by both line manager and line manager. What's in this mean? Now you and your boss, they fill this up. But now you first they fill and you send them to your boss. The line manager to first complete and share with the line manager before the meeting. You they fill them up, you send them to your boss. And you boss, they call up a meeting with one or two. It's called a line management meeting. Now they agree now on all the things the way you write, and then they approve the document. Okay. So this first half, like I said, you write your objective respectively, like how you put inside Form A. And then the second part, now you put progress, midterm progress report, identifying significant progress, strengths, and areas of improvement, blah, blah, blah. Now you first indicate the objective like this, and then you make bullets of how you don't progress, what's some of the things and what you don't do for succeed, what's some of the activities them, and so on, yeah? And then same to objective number 2, same to objective number 3, and so on. The third section, now you can specify action points for follow-up for each objective. The very objectives in way you don't describe progress for, from objective 1, 2, and so on. You can write scenario back. And then you specify any action points. This is not the objective, for example. You can make bullets. If there is any action points, anything the way you want to take forward based on the objective. I like now 2 or 3 objectives, it's not bad. It's okay. And then you can to objective number 2, you specify the objective. And then you make bullets. Waiting at some of the action points then, where you want to take forward, where you want to let your boss know based on the objective day. Pretty much, now that this Form B there about, yeah? And then you will write your name, and then you put your electronic signature if you have one. Of course, well, this is not hard copy you get for fill them, so you don't need electronic signature. You can just sign them with your pen, and then your boss will call you in a meeting on agree, insert write a name and insert sign so, and you're done. Yeah, and I also put the date there. So pretty much now this now any Form B there about. Let me just recap. Form A, now this we don't fill at the start of the year. Now inside it we specify say now some of the performance objectives, and this way we want to focus on based on with departmental plan, based on with job description. We send them to a boss, and then now within a period of 12 months from January to December. Form B now in with they fill after 6 months. where you don't perform so till June. Now the time you dey fill this, you dey go now, you take all the objectives and where you don't put on a form A, you can put on a form B. And then the second section, you dey specify waiting at the progress where you don't make on each of them objectives. Then the third section, now there you dey put action points, anything where you need for take forward or where you go and let your boss know going forward. 9 days inside there, yeah. So this is form A, like I said. This one is done. And this is form B, midterm review. Yep. And yeah.